728 days. That's how long it's been since the last heal-type DLC character. That's 2 years! But the wait ends today. Kakuzu is the latest heal-type DLC for Shinobi Striker. You heard that right. Kakuzu is a heal-type. I'm guessing because of the whole multiple hearts thing and reviving, but I've stopped trying to logic this out a long time ago. He brings some very unique jutsu that we're gonna take a look at today, along with everything else he brings, starting with all the cosmetics. There's actually a lot to look at here. First of all, 2 hairstyles. One of them is the full Kakuzu mask. The goggles are not a part of it. I just happen to have them equipped. And the other one is this. Yeah. It's ridiculous, but not as ridiculous as also equipping the outfit he brings, along with any of his 4 masks. This is the stupidest outfit they've done for a really long time. So on cosmetics alone, that's 2 hairstyles, an outfit, and 4 different masks. Way more than we usually get, to be honest. But we're not done, because he also brings a new weapon for heal types that emulates the moveset of the VR master himself. Hidan also did this last time around. I wonder if it's a bit of a theme for this season. I absolutely love it. It's got some good combo potential. The heavy attack is kind of a ranged attack with him stretching his arms. Pretty sick weapon, to be honest. With that said, let's take a look at his jutsu. Starting with Fire Style, Wind Style, Rare, Folly. The Shinobi Striker team really needs to learn how to summarize descriptions because no one is reading that. Can you summarize this video game ability description? Summons fishing beings with elemental powers. The first creates a fire style being and an extra input spawns a wind style being. If placed close together, they fuse into a stronger flame being. These summons automatically attack nearby enemies and vanish after a time limit or once they deal enough damage. Bro, that's actually not bad. You press the button once to plant the fire Labubu. It shoots some standard fireballs, and then you press it again within a time limit if you want to place the wind Labubu, which will shoot a long-range wind attack. If you don't place the wind one before the cooldown runs out, you're done. The ability just goes on cooldown, all you get is the fire one. If you place both of them close enough to each other, they will actually fuse and shoot some very powerful fireballs. It's like a turret shooting majestic fireballs, but you can actually block these. They do have to be placed really close to each other. Even at this distance, they will not fuse. They have to be practically touching. You can also use this ability in the air. It's pretty cool. The character will just spit the jutsu, which will fall to the ground below you. Now, it takes a while for the summoning animation to be completed, and you can get interrupted while doing it. Usually the jutsu will not go on cooldown, kind of depends on the timing of the interruption, but I've been fine most of the time. That said, because it has no armor at all, you kind of have to find the space to use it. After you summon them though, they will automatically shoot at nearby opponents, but they can also be stopped if the opponents attack them, as they have a health bar and it's honestly not that much health. A single almighty push is enough to delete them in one attack, so I found them to be a bit unreliable for just protecting points. That said, as something that you simply set up to support you in battle, they do really good damage, especially the fused Labubu. Yes, I'm gonna keep calling them Labubus until it catches on. Cool jutsu, very original, very unique, not the most versatile however, and definitely not broken in any way. In fact, it didn't feel that strong, kinda mid in that department. With that said, let's move on to the second jutsu. Earth Grudge, Stitch. Brother, again with these descriptions, this is a healing jutsu and it heals you as well as all nearby allies. But it actually doesn't heal that much on its own. Most of the healing comes from the damage that each one of you is gonna deal. Basically, popping this jutsu applies a buff on every ally around you for 15 seconds. And if they deal damage or get KOs, they get healed like crazy. In addition to that, during those 15 seconds, you and your allies cannot die. Instead, if anyone gets killed, their health will refill temporarily and you will start taking severe damage. It's like a very short second life that will continue until you die here, or until you get a KO on the enemy. It's like Kakuzu living without a heart. He needs to get a KO to steal the enemy's heart, and that way he gets to live again. If you manage to get a KO, you'll just keep whatever health you have remaining. You can try to slow this down with some healing jutsu, but honestly, it's pretty hard to out-heal this for a long time. It's really best if you just focus on getting that KO. There are a few jutsu that ignore this condition. Stuff like Kamui just sends you to a different realm, so it doesn't care if you have the buff or not. But in general, you can feel pretty safe for about 15 seconds after activating this. And activating it is pretty easy, as the activation itself is armored, making it tough to interrupt. In my opinion, this might be the coolest heal in Shinobi Striker, and also the most powerful depending on how much damage you're able to rack up after activating it. But it's not a heal that will save your team if they are just getting destroyed. Unless they are able to get that damage, the initial burst heal is actually pretty low and cannot be relied on to keep the team alive. And to that I say, it's about time your teammates pull their own weight. I love this jutsu. With that said, let's talk about his ultimate. Earth Grudge, Final Shot. It has an initial attack that just takes down an enemy, then transforming you, which changes your moveset for about 30 seconds. The activation is extremely important, as you will lunge a great distance towards your target. And if you catch them, I'm pretty sure this is just a guaranteed kill. I've actually been able to get multiple kills with one activation alone. It's an awesome ultimate already. But after that, you also gain Kakuzu's tentacles. And this will change both your light and your heavy attack buttons. You preserve your jutsu, your ninja tools, you can even ride your ninja animals, but your basic attacks have changed. The heavy attack becomes this area move. It's armored and it's great for getting people off of points or flags, but the range is deceptively short. It doesn't reach that far. So my go-to option after transforming is definitely the light attacks. They are just too good to ignore. It's a very simple attack into summoning a lightning Labubu. But you can do all sorts of crazy cancels to get this combo to absolutely melt health bars. Basically, just dashing after you summon the lightning can make you act immediately again, and so you can kinda spam this lightning Labubu. Throwing a ninja tool also works, or any action that will cancel a basic attack. Now, you don't gain any mobility or any other buff while you're transformed, so catching the opponent isn't really easier when you look like this, and even though you look scary, you don't have any super armor or anything outside of the heavy attack. So if you see this in the wild, feel free to just go and attack that player. Do not be scared, they will still take the same damage. But if they catch you in a combo, then you better have subs available. That is, if you're not already dead from that godlike initial activation. It is a sick ultimate. And now that we broke it all down, here's my ninja card for Kakuzu. Like I said, I like his ultimate a lot. I don't think it's an S rank in my book, but it's really good and really versatile. As for Jutsu, I found the Labubus to be a bit situational, especially because of the long activation that can actually be interrupted very easily. So it's still good, just not great in my opinion. The heal, however, is a perfect healing jutsu for me. It's a new and original way of getting your teammates involved in healing themselves. There was nothing like this in the game so far, and I just love the idea of my teammates having to work for their own heals. The revival gimmick is really just a cherry on top of the cake for me. And let's not forget, he comes with a new unique weapon that has a pretty sick moveset. So overall, Kakuzu is a DLC I would recommend in Shinobi Striker. I think he's really good, and I think heal types can be happy with it. Let's just hope y'all don't have to wait so long for the next one. The next DLC character has been confirmed to be Momoshiki, and before then, we're still gonna see the turtles being added as a new ninja animal to the game. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to be amongst the first to see how those work, because we're gonna tackle them as soon as they come out. But before we get to it, I have one question for you guys. This season already has 3 announced characters, but it has 4 characters in total. So who do you think is the last character coming to Shinobi Striker in Season 9? Remember, the theme of this season is villains, so that's a little bit of a hint right there. Let me know in the comments who you think we'll see after Momoshiki, but that's gonna do it for today. For more Shinobi Striker though, you can watch this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.